I should hit record, shouldn't I? Forgot to record, but we're in game 1. Yes, I got dabbed on. That's occasionally happens. Alright. I managed to draw 4 Arcanists and not much else. And lost the die roll. But it's okay. We'll make a comeback in the next 2 games. I believe in me. My sideboard's not great for this matchup, but that's okay. Do I want the Narset? Not really. That's about it. I mean, Grapeshot has some utility in killing like hate bears, so it's not like terrible. I think I'm gonna side out 2 chains and call it a day. I think Force of Negation is good in this matchup, and I think Lightning Bolt is better. I don't really like that plan generally, but you could do that. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to side out 1 bolt for it, I suppose. The problem with that plan is their deck has a lot of artifact mana, so it's not really that great. Yeah, Gerza Ghost 1, that's essentially it. It's not a huge deal either way, I suppose. I'll side out 1 bolt. I guess I'll try to Mize the win, but I don't actually think this plan is that great, but you can like double Surgical Tube their like big lands. It's a high variance plan, I think, is the main problem, but I guess I'll go with it. The bolts really aren't that great. 1 Abrade? There are 2 Brazen Borrowers. This is like pretty stock for blue-red nowadays. I don't think it's that risky, actually, but... I'm gonna keep. Hope I hit a red source. I'm not sure I actually own a Pulverize IRL. I think I probably don't, actually. Now I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I do. Oh, Purple Elephants on Parade. Alright. Come on, just give me the natural... I'm gonna just let that go. If I hit a blue-red land, it's just so much better to slam the Arcanist. Suppose I'll do this now. That's kind of interesting. That's actually like a pretty good draw, I think. I'm gonna draw the Force and waste them and leave the Rainforest on top, I guess. Actually, what happens if I just leave that land? I guess it's safer to waste. So it's hard to see your username. All right, that's a sign of weakness. Can't really tell the username right below Chubby's right now. But hello. So hello, Newt. Thank you for following. Oh, so this tells me they have a land-light hand. So the Wasteland looks really good now. But honestly, I think it's a pretty close decision whether I was supposed to Wasteland or not. Okay, thanks, deck. Not even being sarcastic here, obviously, I think. Sometimes it's better to waste their cloud posts and leave them with Ancient Tombs because the damage sucks for them. Like, the damage adds up pretty fast, right? My delay must be insane. I think my delay is very low, right? Actually, not sure what you're talking about, I guess. I thought my delay is, like, super low. Oh, Fairy. Ferendo. The Ferendonator himself. Whoops, I stacked it wrong. Should have resolved the Ponder first. Don't think it'll matter too much, but that is clearly an error. Probably going to use this Ponder to shuffle, but I did want, like, fresh looks at other cards. I mean, my hand's so stacked that I can't really fathom losing right now. Like, I basically used, like, a Jace activation every turn. Alright, this tells me they have Golos in their deck, though that doesn't really matter. You shouldn't try to Wasteland this one. Like, it'll end up really poorly for you. Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to hide the Null Rod on top. I don't really want to show them it, but I also don't think it will really matter either. Yeah, don't think it really matters what I do. No, I don't want to show them it because I think they're going to die this game. So if you show them it in this game, you're already winning. They just gain more information, right? So I don't really want to do that. Like, obviously they could sneak out of it, but I don't see how they sneak out of it without playing some artifact mana. And then if they do that, then I can show them Null Rod instead, right? So 2 pretty lopsided games so far. Game 3 on the draw. What do I want to do? Don't think I want to change much. Well, there are times when it's right to hide data, but like game 3, you should never hide the data unless if you really think they'll like. All right, this hand's excellent. This is like basically close to the nuts. It's a wasteland away from being like truly nuts, but Zach's joking, I think. Yo, let's not try to bash WotC about that stuff here, please. All right, that's fine. All right, the question is, do I Brainstorm upkeep? Don't think I'm going to, but it's close. Rewarded with a blind Daze, which is kind of sick. I'm lagging again. Alright. I'm going to put the Force of Negation in my hand and reveal the Brainstorm to Delver. But feeling really good about this one. My hand's like close to the nuts again. Alright, that's kind of terrifying. Alright, because I have to force that one. Probably pitch Daze. Yeah. Perhaps. This was the downside of that. I might just let that go, actually. I'm gonna let it go. If they get anything, I can just kill it with my Delvers, like, don't think that's really a big deal. What's up, Dokomoy? We're in game 3 versus Cloud Post, Eldrazi Post. Kind of wish I had kept the Daze there, but it's okay. Damn, keeping the Daze would have been so good. I think it was a punt for me to pitch the Daze in retrospect, but that's okay. So I think I actually am going to brainstorm in response and see what I find. Mostly because I think if I find an Abrade, I'll just let that go. But if I don't... Yeah, so this is kind of why I hate the card. Because I haven't even drawn a Wasteland yet, so this card is basically worthless. But I think that means I can let that go as resolved because it can't activate the ability because of Null Rod. So... Brainstorming response tells me that I can just let this go. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 7 to activate Ayavugan. So what if they just get Ayavugan instead? Do I think they'll get I? If I don't think they'll get I should just let it go. Alright, I'm gonna let it go. I think they're gonna get the Cataracts. Also, they might just sense weakness, really, like I tanked a while on that. And I brainstormed. They might just sense that I'm weak and get the Cataracts. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Worked out very well for me. I'm going to let that go and just hope to fade this turn. Because if I force it this turn, it's not even that great. Yeah, I agree. I should just hope to fade exactly one turn. I should have a mountain left. They're dead in one turn. And I think the Ancient Tombs are kind of a liability now. Woo! Alright. We're 1-0. 1-0. They were definitely not ghosting, because if they were ghosting, they would 100% get the Ayavugan there. Yeah, who needs a Daze? But I really should have thought about it longer. All right. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna try to challenge Onrog to a match. But let's see. Let's see if he'll accept. But not standard. Wow. I should really delete this whole dex, but let's see if Onrog accepts. Alright, I will link you to a tweet that should explain it. Alright, one sec. Let me, yeah, fuck. Gabby chicken indeed. Sorry. I'll find you the relevant tweet. Okay. There you go, Kelv. Alright. Let's see if Honorog accepts this time. I wonder if Honorog... Is Ani streaming right now? I have no idea. Alright, I'll go back to gold. Like, Honorog actually signed up for a match. I'll goldfish. Alright. Let's see if I can figure out the deck again. Whoops. No, 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 no. Whoops. I want a goldfish. I clicked the wrong thing. I meant to click create, not join. I feel kind of scummy. Alright. It's very close to a kill, so I'll keep. Played the wrong land already. That's great. The heck? Am I lagging? Okay. E-Tutor finds Breach. We're still missing LED. But upkeep, I can E-Tutor. Get the Breach. And hope to cantrip into the other part. Nope. Alright, so we have approximately 6 to 7 looks for an LED. I'm supposed to lead with Preordain, I think. Sorry, not LED, Brain Freeze is the card I'm actually referring to. Don't know why I said LED. Fuck. No, wait. This works, I think. Tutor. Nope, fucked it up. If I tapped this one, it would have worked. So I think what I could have done if I tapped correctly is you tap this for blue to cast your cantrip, draw the E-Tutor, E-Tutor for Grinding Station, play Breach, play LED, cantrip into Grinding Station, then go off on turn 3. But since like I messed up, I think it's only a turn 4. Alright. I think I know I'm lagging. Well, now I can win this turn, I think, with the pedal I drew. Wait, no, that's the same, right? Breed, land, LED. No. Wait. Actually, I can. Never mind. I'm just being silly. I think this works. I think it should work. The problem is you actually have to count how many cards are in your graveyard, and I didn't do that. But I think I have enough. No, you don't always see it, Paraceline. It's actually kind of random if you're going to see it. Brainseize actually is safer, I think. Yeah, I don't know when it like I do have a Storm Spell on my deck, but I'm not sure it actually knows that because you would actually have to program it to know that, right? Anyways, this is super lethal. This deck is a delight. I don't think. I mean, it might still exist in a bit, but I'm not sure. Like, think think there's a lot of awkward parts about this deck existing. All right, fastest kill is just to freeze myself and play the Oracle. I'm not sure if it's too good or not, actually, but I feel like the type of gameplay it promotes is not really that interesting, even though like you do have to build your deck in a very specific way. All right, so we had a turn 3 kill despite me almost messing it up. You win. All right. Yeah, that might be the case, Young Toast, but I feel like it's just kind of random if it's going to do it or not. I literally just have no idea. All right, so just missing LED slash... Yeah, because Legacy Storm, like, actually kills your opponent, like, almost instantaneously. I think this is enough. And the fact that it's enough kind of makes me sick to my stomach. Oh, it's not enough. Whoops. Alright, I guess I have to grind myself and hope to hit Brain Freeze. I think I fucked that up. I guess I'll see what I can do. So I need to brainstorm into a Brain Freeze. All right. My stomach is better now? What are you talking about? All right. Note to self, don't... Probably could have just waited one turn there, and then it would have been pretty easy to kill with, I think. So what happens if I... Oh, I see. What happens if I go for it here? Breach. Right. I'll do the math. So I'll have... This will be in play. This will be on the stack. I'll discard those. I play... I'll have... This is... I guess I'll try it and see what happens. Just kind of curious if it works. I should probably, like, you're actually supposed to work it out. Alright, so this doesn't work. You're one card short in your graveyard. So you weren't actually... I wasn't actually supposed to try it. But I'm slowly learning things. Alright. Is Honorok done now? I just want to battle him in a fun game while we wait. Anyone know? I'll talk about the deck though, like, although I did lift his list. He's still playing. Alright. I guess I'll show people the legacy list I'm playing. Also lifted mostly from the internet. Although the list I saw had only 18 lands and didn't have any preordains, or it had less preordains, I think is the actual answer. And I think it spell pierces, but kind of think spell pierce has been obsoleted by Force of Negation. So I don't think you really need it. And I'm not convinced that spell pierce is good versus most decks in game 1. So that's why I don't have any spell pierces. In the past, I've been anti Flusterstorm, pro spell pierce. But I think you need Flusterstorm for the stupid Veil of Summer Wars that, like, and stuff like that. What's up, Final Nub? I'm 1-0 in the prelim. It's been a while since I started 1-0 in a prelim. It's kind of exciting. Alright, there's only 4 matches left. Oh, that's right. Someone subbed. I think Paraceline subbed. I have Breach built as well. I was goldfishing it a little bit. I think it's pretty good. Let's see, what do you have open, Paraceline? Swirl the Mists, a rare from Kamigawa. This was one of the crap rares in Kamigawa, Champions of Kamigawa. As Swirl the Mist enters the battlefield, choose a color word. All instances of color words in the text of spells and permanents are changed to the chosen color word. Okay, red, blue, black, red, green are the color words. So, for example, this is my, of these arts, wait, there should be, alright, well, this art's good. So you could change that red to, like, green with Swirl the Mists. I think it's the same card as Magical Hack. Maybe those cards aren't on MTGO. Oh, did I say red twice and skip white? Oh. Yeah, I hate Tundra, clearly. I thought Magical Hack was... Uh-oh, I crashed my client. Red, blue, green, black, red. Yeah. I really thought Sleight of Mind was on MTGO. Alright. I'll find it on Scryfall for y'all. If that's the card. Yeah. This is the card. Let's look at the... Oh, I like this art. This art's sweet. So this is a one-shot of Swirl to Miss. I wish I might do exactly the same thing. Really like this art, but this card is terrible. Yeah, the laces were a thing too. Don't like this art. Ooh, nice. Gerdenken Web? Any German speakers here? I'm gonna show this to a friend. Gedenken Web? I don't know. It's hard to explain. This is such... German cards have the best names, and this card is just so awful. Alright, let's see what else is going on. Oh yeah, the German Armageddon is literally the best Armageddon name in my opinion. D&T is absolutely fine. I think it's absolutely fine, actually, to be fair, if you want to do that. Where is the one I'm looking for? That's not it. No! No! Gosh darn it. Yeah, this is... The German name for this card is so awesome. Götterdämmerung. Yeah, D&T, I think... Alright, so here's the thing about D&T that is my opinion. I kind of think odd people that I play against who play the deck aren't very good with the deck. But I believe the great players who play that deck make it look really good. Examples include Alan Wu and Colin Roundtree. They make the deck look really, really good. And whenever I play the deck, I just kind of feel like it's not great. Like Bonde and Voltson also make it look good, I suppose. I forgot that part. But basically, I kind of think there's a bunch of people that make that deck look really good, even though I think the deck is sort of predicated on the fact that if your opponent stumbles, you get to take advantage, or if they're like, if something goes wrong with them, you get to take advantage of them, essentially, is how I would put it, I suppose. Well, Delver guy, like, perhaps Legacy is not the format for you, because there are a lot of non-games that occur like that if you choose certain decks. But that's like, I don't think that's really different. Well, yeah, sort of like Mono Black and Pioneer, but more like there's a lot of modern decks that have that problem too, right? Like, suppose you play like, what's a good example? Yeah, suppose you play like Amulet Titan versus Storm in game one. It's not really great either, right? You're very likely to die to a turn 3 kill in most of the games. And I don't think it's a fair criticism of Death and Taxes that it dies to unfair decks, I suppose is the way to put it. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And it's also just the case. I think the D&T deck has a lot of great tools post board. Let me. I think this is the biggest gain for the deck because you can literally play it on turn one. I think that card is super super great in a lot of the degenerate matchups you're talking about. Wouldn't be surprised if like goblins or like other random tribal decks are supposed to splash this card if they're scared of like Storm-esque combo, because that is a hoop for them to have to get over. What's good in Legacy right now? I've never played the format. I was looking into ninjas. I personally do not have a lot of experience with that ninjas deck, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't thrill me. I kind of think it's a fun deck to look at, but the fact that there aren't many results for it makes me a little skeptical. But you yeah, exactly. If you want to try it, and maybe you should proxy and play it against your friends and see like how it plays out before you buy into the deck. That would be my recommendation to you. In fact, that would be my recommendation to anyone just wanting to try decks. Well, don't have a great response for that, Kevinor. It's kind of sad, Panda. Just buy the duels first and see if you like the deck later. That is a very not good idea. Renting decks on MTGO is actually a reasonable option. I will say that. Anyway, 1-0. It's been a while since I've been 1-0 in a prelim. I think like the last... Actually, all of them, I think I lost round 1. No, that's not true. The one I played with blue-green lands, I won round 1 and 2. Then I ended up 3-2. Unfortunately, I don't think records... Like, I think 4-1 is the best... Or 4-1 is a minimum good record. What's up, Aaron? I'm doing well. I'm 1-0 in the prelim. Was going to play against Honorog in a fun match, but he chickened out. Let's be real. He was afraid to face me. 45th place finisher at RPT Phoenix this past weekend. 45th out of 300-ish. I don't know. I think I updated the Cardboard Live extension Monk Rez knows, if you want to check it out. I'm playing Izzet Delver, aka Blue Red Delver. Where was that Delver guy? Aaron, I don't remember this conversation, I'm not gonna lie, but Phoenix is a really nice place. I might go back there at some point. Although it takes a long time to fly from the DC area there. It's like a 5-hour flight, 5.5-hour flight. I did Wingspan. I did. Don't have a lot of input on it because I kind of think if you want to mid-range, I think that's the wrong sort of hybridization, essentially, is how I would put it. Delver guy, I don't know, like, it's like 30 to 45 degrees here, and Phoenix was like 60 to 70, so, I mean, it was a pleasant change from DC winter, I guess, is how I'd put it. I've been trying Legends of Runeterra lately. Huh. Huh. It sounds like something I would talk about, yeah. Oh, the desert is a big ugh. I see. So I guess the weather is about the same. Playing against BN Trusty 14 now. Round 2 of the prelim. Let's see what happens. Round 1 was kind of like a freebie, I think, because I took a few risks and they worked out. Alright, this hand's phenomenal. Never mulliganing. The question is, do I get Volk or Island? Sup, JW? How did you finish? I didn't check. I think I sat next to you exactly one round. Another Eldrazi player? That's fine. That's not the one I care about. I think I am going to get Island like a coward. Played 2 sealed deck prelims. I played Grixis Delver. And I played, I think I have to daze this, actually, is what I was thinking about. Played Grixis Delver, played Blue-Green Lands, and I played a Bug Nickfit Lands-esque list. Cowards never win, huh? Right. Don't really want that one, but you know what we can do? I think I'm just going to bottom both. The Daze is slightly appealing, but it's not even that appealing. Alright, that's a good draw. Don't want to block, so I should attack. There's a truism in Magic. Oh no, god damn it. The truism is if you're not blocking, you should be attacking, but sometimes there are board states where you're not allowed to attack or block. Alright, I'm gonna go for the blind. Woo! That's a good one. Right. I think I'm just going to hope not to get like smashed or something and try to develop normally. If it's just Thought Knot, I can probably beat it. Alright, well, I think I'll pitch. I'm gonna pitch the True-Name actually. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I think it's actually close. That was a loud clap actually. It made my ears ring, but up game 1. Again, my sideboard is not well built for this matchup actually, but that's okay. Then I'm gonna side out 1 chain. This is their style of Eldrazi Mimic, sorry. Endless One tells you everything you need to know about their deck. It tells you they don't have quad posts in their deck, or probably don't. And it tells you should not side this card in, essentially. So I'm just going to side out 1 chain for 1 Abrade and hope to get there. I'm leaving in the Force of Negations for Chalice. I think that is actually correct. Alright. If I get Chalice on 1, I can at least Borrower it in a turn or 2. Alright. People will always do this in the matchup. I don't think it's actually right, but Subved. That's not great. suppose I might be dead now. I really don't think this card's actually good in the matchup, but guess I'll see if I can burn them out, but signs point to no. Maybe actually. So I'm gonna Petty Path their Endless One. I was planning on bouncing the Endless One this turn. Gotcha. Well, no, I can't because of the Thorn, right? Actually, I can. I think I'm just going to eradicate their 2 threats that I can. Actually, maybe I just chain the Ballista. And then if they make the Mimic big, then I can bolt it. Right, chain the Ballista. I think this is actually good. Like, they're taking a lot of damage from their tomb. Math doesn't work out if I let my self get hit some there. Right, that's good. It's actually really good. Yeah, this was an excellent draw. I mean, it might not be enough, but it was certainly among my better draws. This was also a good draw. I think I'm going to Preordain. I think I bought them both. If I keep the waste, I would waste their Eldrazi Temple. It's not even that exciting. I think I'm just looking for like Young Pyromancer. Wow. Sick. So I'm gonna play this turn and say go. Alright, so they can waste me, but that's fine. I'm gonna just take a 4-ball because I don't think blocking. That was also good. What happens if I just... Nah, I should just make a blocker, I think. Oops. Land's pretty welcome, actually. Don't care. Actually, I guess I could Daze to make a token. If I bolt them there, are they dubs? They would be at 6. I guess they might have been, actually. I thought I could just play safe, though. Maybe that was too safe? Anyways, don't care about that, I think. Are you sure? What if they have another creature? Anyways, pretty sure I got very lucky this game. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, Eminem89. I think I copied your list. Or that name sounds familiar anyways. Yeah, you did. I think I changed a few things I didn't like about it, but that's okay. Ryan, we're playing some Izzet Delver. I'm 2-0 in the prelim. Thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate it. You love to see Izzet, don't you? Easy 2-0. Jarvis clap. I added a land and a Preordain and cut your spell pierces. Because I like the 19th land a lot, and I like the third Preordain. I don't... Might have changed the sideboard slightly. I can't remember. But we're 2-0. Played against 12 post, Eldrazi post. Sorry, Eldrazi post round 1. Round 2 played against Eldrazi Stompy, and we're 2-0, 4-0. I just got very lucky in the game I played, I think. So that was nice. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky. And, you know, getting lucky is nice. Yeah, that sounds about right. Basically, I think first Breach and like Hogak and Dredge, you'd much rather have the third Crypt instead of the second Surgical. That was what I was thinking. Honestly, I haven't played Legacy since 3 weeks ago. Like, basically took off and only concentrated on Pioneer and Draft. Welcome to the stream, World Warrior 3. But now we are 2-0-4-0 with Blue Red Delver. I have many Blue Red Delvers on my account. Let's see, what was the old version I played? This is the one I played in Legacy Champs, and I lost my win in for top 8 because I played poorly. But it looks mostly the same. Spellsnare is like occasionally good, and Grimlock Mincer is occasionally good. Oh, Negator, you want to know a funny story about this? I think I got virtually all of these from Booster Draft. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me that much. I'll just play prelims and eventually do well in one, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna goldfish the Breach deck again. Because I still don't feel like I understand it. Oh. Guess I keep. I mean, like, it's a hard sell in Legacy to mulligan any hand that has 2 cantrips and 2 lands. I mean, frankly, I don't think you're supposed to. So you can E-tutor for the Breach. So we're missing LED Brain Freeze, essentially. Alright, we found the Breach. For which deck, Sidro? For Izzet Delver. You should not. Well, it's pretty bad, I think. The problem is there's a lot of games where you want to play like a Bolt and leave up Daze. I think is the major issue. When I'm goldfishing, Monk Resonez? What about when I'm goldfishing, Kappa? Alright, so how many looks do I have at Brain Freeze? This series is actually quite a few. That's true. I should practice like I play, but I'm just kind of spewing off right now. Alright, well, there's the silence. So I think we can kill them with silence backup as well. Really doesn't matter what I do. They're like so dead. It's kind of unreal. I think they're actually deterministically dead. I think I can actually mill my entire deck right now. Who needs Tome Scour? That's such small ball business. Alright, there's the Thassa's Oracle. Still think that a version of this deck with Burning Wish might be good, but I'm trying to think about what other cards you might want to play besides Tome Scour being the obvious one. You win. Since we're playing against a Goldfish, I'm not going to change anything. I guess I'll see if Honorog's still playing a match. Wait. Missing Breach, no cantrips. I think this is a pretty easy mulligan. Also, a card that's appealing Mon Dizzy, I think it's actually Echo Vions. I think Echo's pretty appealing. Right? Because the Wish Echo thing is pretty messed up, I think. Wow. Found tons of lands. I think I have a turn 3 a slightly different way. Let's see if I can do it. It's fine. Yeah, I don't have it through a counter, I think, but here's what I can do. I can escape the Lotus Petal and mill myself, essentially, until I hit, hopefully... I'm going to practice it because I think this is like a not so common kill. You basically have to mill yourself with every grinding station trigger on the stack. So I need to keep the freeze. This is just some good clean magic, which I'm not sure if it's clean or good. All right, nice. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice. This actually works. I have cards in hand as well, so it makes it super easy. Just showing off. No big deal. I think this is a turn 3 kill, not through disruption, but yo, what's up, Shadow Clone? Gonna show off. Zero cards left in deck. Oh wait, I forgot. The cantrips don't do anything. I was thinking about Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, which comes up in the Pioneer version. But obviously that doesn't come up here. So I'm not still playing. No! Alright. I need to use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to run an ad real quick, but I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. What else we got going on? Yo, what's up, Stu? How you been? Sounds like a great life. Are you, did you get your own place yet, or are you still at the other place? I'm just curious. You're actively house shopping? Cool. Now's a good time to note that if you all appreciate the stream and you have a spare Twitch Prime sub, I would very greatly appreciate it if you used it. If you don't have it available, at least use it to support someone who streams. It doesn't have to be me, but would appreciate it. And if you can't do that, well, follow here, follow on YouTube, follow on Twitter. Everything's appreciated. And, you know, I wouldn't do this without y'all. So, thank you for being here on this Thursday. Nothing particular, Hello Newt. I was just theorizing. Actually, let's kind of just build the deck. Alright. It's just a theory crafting experience, but let's see what it actually looks like, you know? So, I did have the opportunity to watch a bunch of my teammates play the Pioneer version of this deck. And one card that is deceptively powerful, which looks really bad, is this one. But it is basically a loop. Where did the card go? That makes sense. Reverend Silence makes sense. Not a huge Intuition fan, because I think one of the problems with Intuition is that it's kind of clunky. I randomly have a foil Echo Eons, 2 of them even? That's weird. So you could play stuff like this as well. Well, the problem is it costs 3, right? Which is the major issue. But I'm also thinking about Gamble. Because, like, I think Gamble might be a better Intuition, essentially. So, kind of feel like this is a starting shell of where you could be without looking at anything except theory crafting. And, like, the Gamble LED Echo interaction is kind of just a messed up interaction, right? Like, it, like, suppose you just, like, mull to 4, but your hand is just, like, land, Gamble, LED, Echo. Or, sorry, land... Suppose you just have a 3-card hand, land, Gamble, LED. And you can just, like, go all in to try to get a new hand. It's kind of, like... It's kind of a broken effect, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Trying to think if there's other good cards. You can play, like... I kind of do prefer Thassa's Oracle to Grapeshot, generally speaking, but I understand the appeal of... Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe. Isn't wishing for Echo the same as wishing for Gamble? Maybe not, actually. I could see one here. Grapeshot on the board makes sense. Grapeshot is just pretty nice utility, I think. Because the thing about Grapeshot is it's actually, like, pretty easy to kill your opponent on low resources with Grapeshot, right? Because all you need is 9 spells and 10 spells, which sounds like a lot, but your deck is really good at recasting spells because you have 4 Yawgmoths. Well, it's kind of just like kind of insane how easy I think that is to do. Now the real question is, do you want a third color, and what color should it be and why? But that's like a personal preference thing, I think. Like, you could definitely build Grixis. You can definitely build Jeskai. And you can definitely build Teamer. With the green being Reverend Silence and probably Veil of Summer. Yeah. I was having that discussion with someone. Suppose you wanted to be Grixis. There's a really cute card. Let me see if this is the correct one. Yes, this is the right one. Yeah, I mean, if you have the Breach LED tutor setup, if you tutor for Memory Sluice, that basically kills your opponent. I'm just going to point that out. No, because you can cast it off a swamp if you have a swamp in play. And also, like, suppose you crack LED for black off of tutor, you're going to have a black floating, right? That's the primary reason to play Sluice, because the mana costs line up correctly. Like, if Tomescour was blue-black hybrid, like Memory Sluice is, you would play Tomescour, right? But the fact is that you can cast it off of your tutor crack with a black floating. It works out perfectly, I think, is the answer, right? So, like, if your initial setup is just Breach, if you have Breach in play, you play LED, and you have 2 mana untapped, and you tutor crack. I guess, how do you have the black floating? Oh, you use your LED to pay for the tutor off of Breach, right? That's the setup scenario that I'm actually thinking of. You crack your LED from the yard, or you cast the LED from your yard, escaping 3, crack it for 3 black, tutor for the sluice yourself, and then you can just go through your entire deck, and then they probably die. So, like, perhaps in this version you might not even need the Brain Freeze, right? I think someone else came up with it. I think it was Stefan. It was Mental Misstep, aka Cedrus. He pointed it out to me, and I think that's just like genius. I mean, 1 Breach is pretty low cost, I think, in Ant. The Sluice thing is pretty smart. Sorry, I was going to say one other thing. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. I really, really, really just don't remember. Honor is always one of the last matches. Tilt. You also do get discard, and I think that's the upside to being Grixis. And I'm not sure. You could play like Dark Ritual, but I'm not convinced you need to. Well, Penguin Stir, isn't the point that you probably don't need that? Yo, what's up, Lynn Chalice? Yes, I am. I'm 2-0 currently, and I'm thinking about how to build other Breach decks because we have downtime between rounds. it being an instant is pretty big deal versus hate. I mean, I guess, but if you have one win con in your main and Burning Wish, it should be safe then, right? Like, if you just have this here, if you have this here and you have this here, like, I think they would need like double surgical to get you, right? One match left, it's Honorog. So I guess I won't battle Honorog this round either. So Dave McGrave, I don't know if I called you out for the follow. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yep, Brain Freeze is certainly a lot faster to kill with. I'm not gonna lie, that is definitely true. Well, so one bad thing about Force of Will is that it does cost you resources, but one of the major points of the Breach deck is I think the package is so compact that you might be able to get away with 4 forces in whatever package you want to play, period. And that's kind of upside, I think. Obviously, like, I could be wrong there, but kind of feel like I'm not wrong. I guess is the best way to put it. Why would Ancient Tomb be good in the deck? I don't really see what Ancient Tomb would accomplish here. I think the major issue with these decks is like single colored mana for your cantrips and stuff. And like it's not that hard to get enough mana to do the thing you want to do. Yeah, but your Lotus Petals and Leads let you do that too if you have like I don't know, it sounds not great to me. I mean yeah, we have usually 16 lands I think is right. How many does Ant play? Let's go check that out. Wow, Ant's been hated out of the meta? What the hell? Like, I'm looking for it. I don't see it almost anywhere. Yeah, I think discard is probably worth it. I'm just looking for the Ant mana base for some ideas. I mean, like, also you could just play more, like, discard than just one. You could play, like, 4. But the deck seems to have died out. Which is kind of weird. Oh no, never mind. I was searching Ant. That's why. Ant plays 15 lands. Oh, I see. In the sideboard, yeah, you could do that. Honestly, there's probably some like convoluted way to optimize it. Well, maybe not that convoluted. I don't know how to optimize it personally. One breach, one brain freeze. I find that really interesting. I'm not convinced these like dark rituals are actually any good. Like, well, I guess this is different, right? Because if you have rituals in your deck, you can just go for like a fast ad nause or like a piff loop. So that's probably not the right way to think about it, but Yeah, so like the major issue with this deck is agree to run one ad nauseam. Ritual lets you combo without graveyard sometime. Yeah, sure does. Yeah, so like essentially they're 15 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1, so it's 24 plus 8 more, so it's like 32, right? 32 compared to 4 plus 4, 8 plus 16, which is 24. So they'd probably be up like 8 mana sources with what I'm envisioning, but do we have another? Oh, we're gonna have another round soon, I think. There are 5 2-0s, so someone's gonna get paired down. Did I forget Cabal Ritual? I'm pretty sure he said 24 plus 8 plus 1, right? 16 lands plus 8 or 15 lands plus 8 artifact mana is 23 plus 1 Rain of Filth is 24 and then 8 rituals is 32, right? Anyways, we're about to have another match. I see. Alright. See you, Lynn Chalice. I wonder if Lynn Chalice plays Chalice of the Void. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing their name playing a Chalice of the Void deck, but obviously anything could happen. Pare it down versus Monkeys Can't Cry. Alright, well this... I think versus Monkey... Well, this hand's just insane versus everyone, I think. But I think especially versus Monkeys Can't Cry, I'm allowed to fetch Volcanic. I believe Monkeys plays Doomsday or Tess. Basically like some sort of Stormy combo. Obviously, I could be wrong. No, I think they're just Doomsday with Street Wraith. Just gonna put the fastest clock on them. I'm not like the problem is risking missing with cantrip means I delay my clock a lot. They bought them both. That's a good sign. Just gonna waste their trop. Because I literally have lethal next turn, so all I have to do is survive this turn. was thinking about dazing that, but I think it's wrong. Mostly because I think their mana is so constrained because of that. Yeah, this I got to play Blue Zoo this game, right? Hmm. Guess maybe Monkeys was bluffing, but in any case. Okay, I think all of the bolts are pretty awful, actually. They're just basically lava spikes. So I think I can do better. This might be good, actually. Might just leave in one of these. Might have a braid. Maybe they have defense grid. I guess it would really help if I knew their exact list, but... Okay, Abrade. Oh, they have defense grid. They might side in Divining Witch, I guess. So I'm gonna have their Abrade in. Might shave the Borrowers actually, and hedge with 2 lightning bolts for Xantid Swarm as well. Actually, maybe they don't even have Xantid Swarm in their deck. I don't know. But I'm okay configuring like this, I suppose. Like, these cards, the ones I cited didn't seem all obviously pretty good. Actually, I'm going to keep, as crazy as that might seem. Bolt's not that good, Stu, I think. I think it's exactly okay. One top, one bottom, huh? I'm gonna shuffle. Don't think I need that much air. Yeah, I agree. Interesting. That's fine. It's an interesting one, actually. Obviously not going to play my Delver into it. I think that would be a pretty atrocious play. But I am going to spend my entire turn cantripping. Right. That might be pretty good. I'll see what they do next turn. They might main phase Crack to play around Stifle, I guess. Yeah. Makes sense. We're 2-0. I don't know how you got to either of those records. I should leave one. Well, should actually leave one Volk in my deck. It's actually a pretty bad error not to, I think, because hypothetically I could draw Mountain, then Arid Mesa. That would not be great. No, I started 2-0. I feel like I'm getting really, really lucky this game, actually. I mean, like, obviously my opener wasn't great, but it seems like they're getting screwed. I'm not sure. Alright, I'm gonna let that go. It smells like a veil. Kind of just don't want to get veiled right there for no reason. Interesting. So they cited in a bunch of removal, I guess. Kind of just want to see what's up. Also, I think the creature matters, so... Two Dark Red, Edge, Oracle, 2 Veil. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so they were trying to bait me into getting veiled. We are. I mean... It also helps to know your opponent, so... Like, I know this person typically only plays combos, so... Ah, yes, the Half Watch. I'm very familiar with that. Alright, because they didn't draw very well, but I think fighting over that ritual is correct. Because, actually maybe it's not. Alright, so we're 3-0 currently. Yeah, maybe I messed it up, actually. Definitely could believe that. Here's the list I believe our opponent was playing, although... but here's the list, I believe. I think I messed up, actually, but now I think about it. But anyways, you know what they say? It's better to be lucky than good is my major takeaway about tonight. But yep, 3-0. We'll see if Honorog wins. Gosh, haven't had any time. Whoops, did not want to drop. Guess I'll go see if there's anyone to battle. I guess I'll like... Well, the problem is I don't want to join versus someone and then have to leave for a match unless if I know them. Alright, guess I'll Goldfish again. And we'll just pretend that they have like some disruption, maybe like 2 counters, and see how fast I can kill through 2 counters. Right, well, this hand's definitely a keep. Probably just top both. What did I say? 2 counters? Alright. Oh, nope. The Teferi is kind of nice to like bait out a counter. Could probably bin one of those though. Probably not killing very quickly this game, to be quite fair. But I believe I can grind out a bunch of counters with these cantrips at least. The Mimi deck with Chandra match 1. What's the Mimi deck with Chandra match 1? Alright. Oh, 6-mana Chandra? Alright, so can't do this because we're in a single player game. If I chant, it will just target me. But I believe I would actually spend this turn defeating the counters by doing this. They'd probably counter. I'd probably pierce their counter. And then they would probably have to counter this again. Then I would get to untap and kill them. Oh, wait. Huh. I actually shuffled away the Brain Freeze I wasn't supposed to. I don't know how they messed that up, but... Yeah, they're super dead. I don't even want to bother with it. I really just wanted to play Honorog in a mirror and like see if I could kill him. But he takes so damn long. How many matches left? Lavinia is a nice one though. Like, that's like some good tech because it basically shuts them out in the mirror. Okay, not a lot to keep. Unhappily keep, I guess. Okay, that's cool. So I can get Owen Plains Mountain if I want to. Honestly, I want to see if I draw a real card before casting E2 for anything. Because, like, you can get Breach, but you have the lead already. So, really, you don't know what piece you're missing. If you draw Breach, then you can E2 for a Grinding Station and I think kill your opponent, which is kind of nice. So we'll pretend that we spent the Pierce. Alright, so this turn we will E-tutor for the Grinding Station. I think this works. Whoops. Actually, did I mess it up? I guess I'll find out. Kind of just taking game actions to see how it works. That was correct. Never really sure. I don't have what the kids call combo bones. So, whoops. I guess I should leave all of the spells in my graveyard. Definitely leaving that Thassa's Oracle. Wait, I can't do it. Huh. Alright, I was short one. Could have probably waited another turn to get another card in the yard. But I guess I can Grinding Station myself and see if I hit Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze? Yes, I'll use it. I also miscounted, so it's okay. Oh, shoot. I see what I have to do, I think. I basically have to ponder into a Brain Freeze here. I think shuffling's right. If you shuffle, it turns on other cantrips as outs to rehit Brain Freeze, but if you keep this ponder, you only look one deeper. I think that if you actually ran the numbers, it would... Alright. So fucked up because I didn't count. But that's okay. This is why we goldfish, to learn these things. Okay, so I guess the starting stack, I needed one more card. In my yard, so that means if I wait a turn, I can discard one more card. Yeah, if I didn't play... No, I played a fetch land, though, right? I think I played a fetch land. What's up, Cliffy? We're goldfishing Breach in between rounds. I'm 3-0 in the prelim with Blue-Red Delver. Second lead doesn't actually do much in this deck, which is kind of shocking. Third lead also doesn't do much. I don't know, it looks pretty good. I mean, it seems like my opponent actually is dead next turn, right? What can the E-Tutor even get? Is it anything? Don't think so, so I think I can just bin it, actually. And if I find... This is a goldfish game. Right, but what do extra leads do? They don't actually do anything, right? I don't think they do anything. I think we... Yeah, I mean, it is another LED, but... Do not auto-yield to this trigger when you play this deck. It will get you killed. I might just mill myself with these LEDs, actually. I think that's actually correct. Yeah, I think my opponent has died by a lot. Which is kind of weird because you think dying is like basically a binary process, right? Or sorry, a binary state. Either they're dead or not. But here I would say that they're dead by a lot. Because you actually have to deterministic mill them out, or mill yourself out into Thassa's Oracle. Some people don't know how to win more. Yeah, I could have Worms chanted them too, I think, this turn as well. And here's the real trick. If you're lazy on Magic Online, you just brain freeze your entire library because it's so much faster. IRL doesn't actually matter. Like, I think IRL I would probably just be safe and not brain freeze myself. But this is the Moto trick of just saving a million minutes. I wonder if I was dead to would I have been dead to Tormod's Crypt this game? I guess I could have used my E-Tutor to slow down a little bit to get Seal of Cleansing for it. So the answer is no. But just an interesting thought to think about. Because I could have beaten a Crypt pretty easily. I guess it would depend on the Delver player's hand, is my actual suspicion. I think you're supposed to crypt them with the initial breach on the stack to just cack their graveyard, but it doesn't really. Like, that was the weird thing about the Pioneer version too. Like, it's not really that good versus them, but it can create weird, awkward scenarios where they can't win, is what I'm saying. Cage is definitely better versus Breach. Obviously, they can like bounce it with Teferi or Seal, cleansing it, or like Wear Tear it, or something like that. But it is another hoop for them to jump through, right? Well, the thing about Cage is I want to Arcanist my opponent out to like just load up on Disruption. So it's a little bit of a non-bow there, but maybe that doesn't matter. I would mulligan this hand. It's really close. If you had another land here, actually, I guess if you're on the draw, you might keep this. Let's see, how many untapped sources do we have? Wait, wrong one. No, I don't want to drop. I don't know. I don't really like thinking about that sort of stuff because I think it's sort of irrelevant. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you're 17 over 53 on the draw. But if you're actually on the draw, you have 2, so it's 1/3 plus 2/9 approximately. So that's 5/9. So you're 55.55% to like basically win. Yeah, your hand would be really good actually. So nice. We hit our basically hit. I don't like talking about the reserve list. I refuse to do that. Do I have enough? If I do this, I'll have... Actually, maybe I just brain freeze myself first. Am I supposed to freeze first or play the lead, exile the lead into freeze? Probably supposed to just freeze first, right? Right, yeah. I think the other... I was about to do the other thing, then I thought about it, and I'm like, wait, that has to be wrong, right? Combo efficiency. Also, making it less likely to fizzle is the primary concern, I think, right? Which way makes it less likely to fizzle is the actual question, right? Do you want me to actually answer that? Was I 0%? Oh, maybe I was actually 0%. Okay. Oh, I was 0% both ways. Cool. If my opponent has nothing. What about for playing around stuff, Cliff Dog? Yes, Honorog is a deliberate man. If you compute his draw rate and compare it to Joe Lissette's draw rate, they're almost exactly the same. That's all I'm going to say. My opponent was dead here. I wasn't even bothering. All right, have a good one, Cliff. All right, Honorog lost. All right, I'm gonna run a quick ad, and I'll be back for the next round. Nassif also is deliberate. That's how I would put it. I'm back. Sorry, I've been drinking tea and water the entire night because my throat's still hurting. And I want it to hurt less. Oh my god, we're at 69 viewers. You know what they say? That's nice. Alright. I'm gonna play against VMI-NAV. Oh, Ali Aris, lurking in the chat. What's up, friend? I'm currently 3-0 with Blue Red Delver. So it's going well. I haven't played Legacy in a while, like probably a few weeks. Yes, everything is nice right now. Alright. Kind of curious what this other person's playing. BMI dash. Stoneblade, huh? That was in September. September 22nd, they were playing Jeskai Stoneblade. I'm somehow skeptical that they're still doing that. Before that, they played Grixis Control in like July. I don't know. I guess they could be on anything, really. Alright. I'm bored of this. I guess I'll play exactly one more Goldfish game, then call it quits when the match goes up. Alright, so we are missing the Breach and Mill Effect, but I think I would... or mulligan. Why would you mulligan when you could just keep? I think the excess cantrip is still good. That's bad. Alright, we found a bunch of lands and dead cards. I'm going to put Thoughts Oracle back. I'm pretty sure it's worse than an actual land here. Use the Vista to crack because you want... like, there's one Vista, but there's only 4 basics, so I've already hit 3 of them. So E-Tutor can find the Grinding Station or Breach. I'm going to bottom the lead. An excess lead doesn't do anything in this deck, as opposed to like Ant or Test, where it does quite a bit, actually. Yikes. It's a lot of stuff that doesn't kill my opponent. Suppose I could just Brainstorm again, then E-Tutor. Alright, cool. So here's how it's going to go down, assuming they have nothing, because this is Goldfish World, and Goldfish don't have hands, so... it's actually my turn 4. I don't know why the thing, like, is messed up like that. Alright. Do not auto-yield to this. I'm going to keep repeating it for everyone at home. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to respond with the trigger on the stack, but I think it won't matter here, but generally it does matter. Alright, well, I hit a brain freeze, so it's actually... but I also think they were just dead, period, because I had so much fuel for the Breach. So... They died on turn 4, but we had... like, we journaled with so many cantrips. That was the problem. Didn't have protection. And there's still a match going. Golly. It sucks. Yikes. I'm reading some messages. Apparently, Mengucci already has a game loss for Worlds, which is kind of sad. Man, that kind of sucks. It sucks a lot. My God, this match is taking forever. No, it says game loss. It looks like he misregged a card from the draft. Yeah. But, I mean, that's like pretty awkward because the draft was supposed to be on Arena entirely, and the software was not up to snuff to do that yet, unfortunately. I mean, I think they're still working on it. But yeah, like the thing is, if the entire draft had just been digital, that basically does not happen, right? Like, suppose for the sake of discussion, and this has happened before, you can just run a private 8-man draft on Magic Online via WotC employees. So if they just stuck all 16 people into 2 different draft pods and just fired them, then like Mengucci doesn't misreg, right? And then he doesn't get a game loss. And like that's a pretty severe penalty at like, especially like I think the edges are razor thin within those like 16 players. Like all of them are really, 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 really good. So it just feels bad, man, I guess is what I'm saying. Feels bad, man. I'm gonna look at other legacy decks because all right, let's see what's going on. So one thing that I really hate and I wish they would fix is they have this like clone bug of tournaments on Goldfish. Look at this one, and this one are all identical. And I don't know why this says 13 on it. That's kind of weird. It kind of is driving me nuts. But we'll go past that. All right. I've seen this deck floating about. Kind of think Ice-Fang Collateral is not very good in it. Doomsday, I'm not sure. I look at Doomsday and I just see someone who wants to do things that are unnecessarily convoluted for not much gain. But I also hate Collateral. I don't think it's very good. I think it's like significantly worse than Preordain, actually. Also, here's the thing I remember. Goldfish, these standings are wrong. I believe this was a 7-rounder and all of these people were 5-2. And these people were 6-1. And the thing is, it doesn't know how many rounds a tournament is, so it just sort of assumes it's only 6 rounds. I remember looking at the standings page to determine that, and this has been like a kind of a weird bug forever. Southwood Breakfast. Ooh. Maybe I'll try that at some point. That's kind of sweet. I do think this deck like enormously improved, mostly because the amount of space you need to make this work now decreased a lot. This deck used to need a few more. It did basically. It was a 3-card kill instead of 1. Like you needed 3 cards in your graveyard essentially instead of just 1. So it eats up room in your deck. All right, we got a match. Yes, I would like to play first. This is on the low end of hands I'm going to keep, but I'm going to keep. I'm actually going to go Mountain Go to play around Wasteland. And also, like, Snow Mountain Go is like a weird telegraphing thing, so. Alright, probably some, like, snow control deck of sorts. It means I'm unlikely to get Wastelanded, actually. For what it's worth, if they plow this, I think I'm actually going to fight over it. A lot of the time I don't. Can't drag it around. Okay, so you can gather a lot of information from this. Tells me they don't have Veil in their hand, because if you have Veil in your hand, you tap the island and use Astrolabe, right? So I know they don't have Veil, so I'm gonna do this. I'm pitching the Force Flow, and I want to exile it because of Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, if it was a Spell Pierce, I would have gotten Got, but I think Veil is more common in that deck. Not great. Really wish I drew a cantrip right there. But I think I'm just going to go upstairs. I'm just going to take the most aggressive line. Because I don't like going long versus the Bantoko deck, generally speaking. I think it doesn't work out well for me a lot of the time. Damn. I'm actually going to fight over it as well. Hope to draw a cantrip. Cantrip would be great. That's not great. I'm going to play this out for the mini scry next turn, but this obviously does not look great for me. Oh, there's the plow. It's fine. Alright, so I'm going to reveal that, then shuffle it away. So I really don't want to draw it. What, are they scared of Daze? Oh. Let's see. So they gave me 2 extra life. Although the life doesn't really matter in the matchup, I think. They are at 9, though. Maybe I'll just draw 3 bolts and kill them. That's not great. Do you think straight blue-red is slightly softer versus Snowco decks than Grixis is. So that's one of the downsides. Because the fact that you have basics essentially doesn't matter. Because the axis they fight on is to have a more powerful deck, but they don't attack your mana whatsoever. Like, you try to attack theirs to some degree. It's everyone's favorite trickster from Throne of Eldraine. Interesting. Very interesting. Probably gonna lose now. I think they're like completely stabilized, essentially. I suppose I can have the backdoor out of drawing a bunch of bolts and they don't make food. Well, they just made a food, so that's not gonna happen, I suppose. And now they have Terminus. You're almost done building 4C. Like this deck, because I don't know what 4C is. Yep. The burn them out plan is not realistic when they can make a food every turn, so I need to go after the Jace. I'm probably going to lose to the Oko, actually, but... Oh. Guess I'll lose to that instead. But we'll play it out. I think I lost when I didn't draw a cantrip from our Arcanist when I had protected it twice on the first 2 turns. Or turns 2 and 3, but that's okay. I think we're going to make a bunch of gains for the next game. We're going to side out the Chain Lightnings, but leave in the bolts, essentially. But I'm almost ready to pack it in, I think. Alright, now I'm ready to pack it in. This is not tenable. Anyways, I think the Chain Lightnings are pretty horrible. I think, I want Fluster for Veil, essentially. And Sulfur Elemental is interesting. I think I actually do want that one. Might go down to like 2 bolts. I think I can shave Basic Mountain. I think it's pretty horrible. They don't attack my mana. And I think I can shave like 1 Brazen Borrower, potentially. It's like not very good versus Coatl. Like the effect is kind of weak in this matchup period. You could make a case for Surgical to try to shut off what they target. Thanks, Ali. Hope you have a good one. I think I'll have the Surgical in over the Borrowers and try it like this. Don't think like attacking the Rush Waves, I don't think it actually makes sense. I do not side out Wasteland versus them, because occasionally in the games where they don't draw Astrolabe, Wasteland's like super effective. So I'm gonna leave in all the wastes. Reluctant Keep, I think, is how I would qualify this. It's like kind of bad, but this is one of those hands, if they have to play their lands in awkward fashion, then it's pretty good. Sulfur Elemental and Preordain are pretty enticing pickups. So, just left on top. Obviously, I don't want that other land, really. Nah. I just explained why. I think if they don't have Astrolabe, there's a lot of times where they do have to fetch a dual land. Should have actually untapped, but that's okay. This gives them a little bit of information that I don't have a blast in my hand, probably. Alright. I'm just going to try to ride the Sulfur Elemental to victory, I think. I think they just Miracle Determinus. Kind of feel like they have collateral. This is like screaming collateral to me for some reason. I don't think the third Force of Will or Wasteland is very enticing. I should have let them... Nah. Never mind. They would block then fetch to give it Death Touch. I was thinking for some reason that perhaps it was better to let them block, but no, I think just the 3 damage is too important. I think I'm gonna lose. Doesn't feel great about what's going on right here. I think this is like a forced play, pun intended. They targeted their own Teferi by accident. That sucks. Alright. I don't want to pitch... well, that's not good either. So I say I don't want to pitch Brainstorm to Force of Will, but it didn't end up great for me. Mm-hmm. I think I'm just going to leave up Force this turn and see what happens. think there's a Terminus going on top, unfortunately, but I might be able to get them to bite. Okay, maybe not. If I saw like a miracle trigger happen. I see. So the reason to do this is so they can't Brainstorm Terminus during my turn. And like really you should just do it right there to prevent them from figuring out if they should use white or blue or whatever. So I'm fairly sure that there's a Terminus on top of their deck. So I'm not going to play a creature. Oh, maybe there wasn't. Interesting. Oh, they don't even have Veil up. This is just like free. It's SX Frosty. Thank you for the follow. Still not going to attack. I also still think their card underneath this is probably Terminus. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they just shuffle the Terminus away, period. Well, that's good. Guess it could be in their hand. Alright. I guess I'll see if they have Verdict, but I don't want to force that. Yeah, I guess they have Pyro. This has been a very strange game. Actually, I think they lost when they accidentally Force of Willed their own to Fairy, to be quite fair, but, you know, you got to be careful on how you click. And, like, this is what I was saying about the Wasteland thing. Like, I got to Wasteland them twice, even though they're an Astrolabe deck, because they didn't draw Astrolabe early. That was kind of what I was trying to emphasize before for Endo. Sure. Alright, there's the Terminus. That's very good, actually. I'm going to attack them. I think I can let them have another Narset activation, especially when this is what my hand looks like. So I'd rather Force of Negation this because it exiles it, which shuts off all the sanctuaries, trying to return it. I could. I don't know if that's right or not. I would have to like play some games and see if that actually solves problems. Pingooster. Played kind of defensively during the mid turns, but I think that was okay, to be fair. God, I'm probably going to lose to Veil now, aren't I? Guess I'll see if they have the Veil, but okay. Better for me than Veil by a little bit. Turn late, dime short. To be fair, I've been drawing pretty well, I think. So I feel very dead. I guess if I had committed harder, I would have been fine, but yep. This is in fact the same game where our opponent Force of Willed their own to Fairy by accident, and I'm getting destroyed now. There's no reason to main phase that with the Teferi 3 out, I think. Because it gives you more info. This is a bad draw now. We have... think I am dead. Guess I could draw a True-Name and hope they have nothing. I still have another shot in round 5, I think, obviously, but just gonna F6 because I cannot do anything because of Teferi's 3 static. Alright, I'm gonna pack it in. Since I'm still playing a casual game. Oh, that's funny. This is still floating because there's no timer. The fact that I still lost that match, even though our opponent essentially, well, it was actually a 3-for-3 exchange, essentially, is what happened. Alright. Let me message Anu and see if we can battle. Whoops. Yo, what's up, Jay Cornell? Welcome to the stream. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who's here and would definitely appreciate any support all y'all could give me, whether it be Twitch Prime sub, following me here or on Twitter, on YouTube. Any sort of support, it is appreciated. Yo, just like that, Cardboard Live, just like that. Snoopy, Snoopy, come on. Yes, personally, you're great. For all of y'all who don't know, you should follow Purslane at Purslane on Twitter. We hung out a little bit at Phoenix. she had an awesome cosplay on. Just look at those wings. It's like Red Bull. And look, well, we really had the best photo. Oh. Wrong photo. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Which day was it? Look. This really could not be more fitting. We have Pro Tour winner Steve Rubin playing Archangel Avacyn in the deck at Madrid. Me, a goofy guy who brought an Avacyn playmat, and Avacyn with the Innistrad Spear, the Moon Silver Spear. That's a Moon Silver Spear, right? But yeah, seriously, all y'all should check out her work. Oh, we have matching sneakers. I didn't even realize that. Probably Adidas sneakers. Evil-fied Moon Silver Spear. Yeah, I mean, Avacyn was mad. Yeah, this mat is pretty good. Basically, what happened was, I think I foresaw all of the double-sided mats being, like, really sought after later, so I bought, like, 2 or 3, I think. However many they would let me. And I think I ended up selling one for, like, a reasonable amount of money. And I hung on to this one because I'm like, well, probably someone's going to get more utility out of this one than I am. And then, lo and behold, like, let's see, when was Shadows? That was 2015. So 5 years later, we figured it out. 5 years later. Shadows was Shadows was 2016. 4 years later. Yeah. You're correct. You're correct. But yeah. Speaking of which, I'm gonna open a chest for Cardboard Live subbing. Got so many chests to go through. Ooh, Lotleth's Troll. You know what, buddy? Lotleth's Troll, you had a good run. You had a good run, Lotleth Troll. Never looked at the art of this card pretty closely, but wow, that's something alright. 10 play points. Alright. How many matches are left? We got MZ Frost versus Wardy 333. We got Lynn Chalice versus Martin Med Mitten. Onrox 3-1. And, wow, there's only 2 matches left. Okay. Alright. Let me goldfish the deck again, I guess. Wait, why is the Twitch app open? Maybe that's why I was lagging. Twitch app being open, everything being open. Alright. Great. I have no mana sources except Lionside Diamond, but Lionside Diamond is notoriously bad for casting spells that are not Pass in Flames or Breach spells. Alright, so we are missing one part. We are missing the mill component. So we're going to sit here and hope we top deck. Alright. Is that enough? Might be. I guess I'll see what happens. I'm not here to... Not here to think it out. That's way too much work. For what it's worth, I think I could have, I think I probably have enough to force a will something as well, so I think it works out. And there's the brain freeze pretty easily, so we would have like overkilled them, I think. No, that's way too clunky for Endo. I think between the like the problem is your tutor effect costs 3 then, right? I think that is just not allowed, essentially. I think if it cost, like, if it costs 2, I could see it, right? But the problem is I think 3 is excessive. Whoops. I was supposed to just freeze and not get an extra storm, I think. Hopefully it works out. It's probably going to work out, but it is... We're introducing a random number generator where we didn't have to. However, I am lucky, so it did not cost me. I really hope I don't lose the next match in the prelim, actually. But, you know, sometimes winning happens, and sometimes losing happens. Right. I'm really skeptical of this Teferi. I think it costs way too much mana, and it probably shouldn't be in our deck. J. Cornell, I have not been. I played, I actually streamed the Golgari Yawgmoth deck on Monday. I went 3-2 twice without ever having played it. That deck looks pretty good to me, actually. I think it actually has the advantage of being like a devoted druid style deck that's actually good versus removal instead of bad versus removal. So I like that deck currently, but obviously things could change. Right, how many matches are left? Wait, we're playing against Lynn Chalice probably. All right, I'm going to quit the Goldfish. I guess I might play against Anu. I don't know if it actually does like pairing by standings guaranteed in this one. It might not actually. So basic swamp, huh? All right, I mean, never gonna mold this hand, never gonna give it up. Y'all getting rickrolled by the no mulligan hand. Have to get a Volk here, unfortunately. If I had another land, I would probably get a basic, but... Marshfots, huh? This makes me think Death Shadow, but I'm going to just play my spells. This is a Daze? Oh, that's fine. Marsh Flats into C makes me think Shadow. Because there's so few decks that play Marsh Flats. And Street Wraith confirms that it's Shadow. Actually, I don't even think I guess I'm actually forced to play around opposing Dazes. But this sucks. Alright, no one has any lands! Yes! Yes! Woo! Alright. Do I be a coward and get Basic Island? I think I do. This is sort of cowardly, but I honestly believe that this is correct to get a basic. Alright, that's really good. Rather pitch Force to Force. Yeah, I think being cowardly 100% is correct because getting Wastelanded is disastrous. And also if I just find another land, like, it's so good for me. I think I'm going to steamroll my opponent with this Young Pyromancer now. Ooh, that's really good, too. Yo, 3 free thief. Thank you for the follow. GG, I guess. I mean, not really. It was kind of stupid. Like, we traded Wastelands, and then I was the only one left with lands, but I will obviously reply in kind if they initiate it. I typically hate Force of Negation in these Delvery mirrors. I think it's pretty bad. Actually do like Force of Will versus them because their creatures are so big. Like, you're basically going to have to fight a battle over their big creatures, I think. I think I'm not actually going to side in Narset on the draw, but I'll have it in on the play. I'm going to cut exactly 1 Chain Lightning. And I don't like Fluster either because I think these mirrors are more Jundy rather than like spell heavy. They're not really counter warry. They're more like tradey, if that makes sense. They're like more Jundy. Not gonna mulligan. You're gonna fetch for Island and cast Preordain. Like, this is one of the major strengths of blue-red in the mirrors is you can get basic lands. And if you don't take advantage of that here, then I don't think you really should play the deck, period. Yeah. I want the land. I don't think I want the Delver. I think I'd rather just do other things. Yeah, so Watery Grave tells you the entire story. I'm gonna jam because like the discard actually incentivizes you to jam because if you wait, then it could just get discard spelled instead of, like, obviously Daze is a worry, but it's fine. As long as I'm not getting killed or they don't play a big creature, I'm okay, I think. They might waste my blue red source, but that's okay. I mean, I still have a ponder. This is one of the major problems with Lightning Bolt in the matchup is you can't side it out because it kills their Delvers, but it also is just not very good. Because a lot of the time it's just going to be Lava Spike. And you kind of don't want to Lava Spike an opponent whose creatures get bigger if you... Yeah, you don't want to Lava Spike an opponent whose creatures get bigger if you hurt them. Is what I meant to say. Kind of wondering if I can just sneak in a bunch of 3-ball hits and kill them that way. Yeah, your opponent is playing Death Shadow. Kind of wonder if they're going to play 3/3 Shadow here. This is really weird. Alright, so the question is, do we play around Street Wraith? I think I'm not going to. God damn it. It sucks. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to make that play every time because I don't think it actually gets better for you. If you wait, it's just going to get worse for you is the actual answer. Like, if you think about it that way, it's very clear that you should just main phase Bolt, I think. We're 3-1. I lost round 4 to 4-color Sunoco Miracles. Yes, it's PT 25 anniversary. So I think if I play this Borrower, I'm not even allowed to attack with it because that leaves me dead on board. That sucks. I think I'm kind of Lou Dobbs now. Don't want to redraw that Ponder particularly. And also, neither of my creatures can actually block. Definitely don't want those. I also kind of hate Pyroblast in this matchup for similar reasons, but it's kind of just bad all around. However, I am going to get beyond play, so I might just take a slightly more aggressive stance. I could fluster him, but I kind of think I just don't want to do that. I'm going to have Narset in on the play, actually. I think it might be okay versus them. And only have one Pyroblast. I guess I should say GG. but all right, I accept. Not really allowed to mulligan these hands. The double Wasteland is actually really nice, to be fair. I feel like that's not good enough on average, so I'm going to just shuffle. Another land anyways. Kind of sucks, but that's okay. No blind flip. Reason I'm wasting first is so they can't daze the land back through their hand. Put them to 8. I think I win this race barely, but I'm going to put Daze on top of my deck and then draw the bolt. Yeah, I think Shadow is generally slightly favored. I would say only slightly, to be fair. Okay, no, blind flip is phenomenal for me, actually. Oh, I was supposed to daze that, I think. Well, hope it doesn't cost me. Don't think there was, no. Right. If it flips, I die. No! Do it. Yeah, not dazing that cost me. Why does that seem wrong? Because if you let the Brainstorm resolve, both of the Delvers are guaranteed to flip. Then you have to get through 2 blockers. I don't understand why that seems wrong. There's a ghost. Like, with the way the game progressed. I guess I could have done that too. Okay, so actually I think what was actually correct was... Yeah, dazing was correct. But in the future, you shouldn't just say that seemed wrong. You should actually say what you're thinking. Yeah. That was bad. It definitely fucked it up. God damn it. That was frustrating. Definitely threw that match in game 3 again. Very clearly I messed it up. I should have just thought it out a little bit longer. Clearly dazing is correct, because the reason dazing is correct is they'll probably daze back if they have it, which that's what I was actually thinking about. I was trying to play around daze, but if I just daze first, floating a blue off my island, it works out. Then if they counter, then I mean, like, well, I guess they wouldn't counter. They would just let it go. They would blind flip. The problem is the blue would empty, so I would actually have to blast right then. So it's not exactly a free roll, right? Um, to daze that brainstorm. In fact, if I think my opponent has daze, I actually shouldn't daze the brainstorm, right? What I should actually do is let it resolve, then just Pyroblast when they attack me with their creatures. Go to 1, then untap and blast them. Because I can pay for their daze, and then if they have something else, then I can daze the other thing that they have. So I actually just decided to throw that 100%. Letting the brainstorm resolve, I think, is actually correct. Is what I'm actually saying. But I decided to throw it. It looked so good for me. Goddamn Shadow. Yeah, GG's. Think. No, see, and that's kind of why I didn't. Well, did I have. Was that island untapped, Jtron? I can't remember now. If my island was tapped, I didn't. That's the reason I didn't want to make that play, because it plays into Daze. But if it was untapped, then you can play around Daze pretty much for free. I'm trying to remember. Another day, another 3-2. It's disappointing, alright. Sucks to suck sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. Damn, it felt so good earlier. Obviously, things can change real fast. Wasn't wondering much. I'm just concluding that I could have played that last turn better. Basically, my hand was Bolt, Pyroblast, Daze. So if I just don't Daze the Brainstorm and let you attack, I can Pyroblast one of the Delvers, untap and Bolt you, and attack you, which I think is a much stronger play than what I did. Which the play I made involves me getting lucky in multiple ways, because you basically have to not blind flip, and you also have to not have like a removal spell for my Delver. So I think my play was just kind of bad, actually. But, that's okay. Sometimes you punt. I think that's the conclusion I'm going to draw from that. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. If they do that, don't I just bolt them? Ferrando? I can't watch it yet, right? Oh, maybe I can. Playing Blue-Red Delver, but it just finished. If you fetch Shock, I don't have to Pyro the Delver. Ferrando, they were at 5, right? Can't watch yet. How's blue-green lands? Exactly fine, not better than fine, I think, is how I would put it. I don't understand. I think we're talking about different things here. Oh, I see, Ferrando. I see. Okay. So maybe I didn't have a good out then. I guess the question is how many chalk lands do they play? Because they're already 2 water graves? I'm trying to... Well, I can't watch the replay right now. Oh, if there's just a 3rd chalk, then... 9, 14... Play 4 Wasteland, I guess, as well. Can't watch it still. Where you're not getting delvered. I see. Yeah, the shocklands are certainly not free versus opposing aggro decks for obvious reasons, but... Alright. I'm actually going to call it quits. Kind of bummed that that happened, but I'm going to see who else is battling and let you all watch them. Okay. I think Zan's battling, so I'll raid Zan. Basic swamps. If I didn't bolt your shadow, I was 100% going to lose, period. Because it actually doesn't get better for me. I believe that decision was correct, actually. I actually feel pretty strongly about that decision being correct. Because letting you untap, it gets worse for me. And that bolt's not doing anything else. Any case, I actually am going to call it quit for tonight, but I'll be back next Monday. I'm not sure what I'm going to play yet. Probably something else. I don't know. Anyways, have a good one. Appreciate all y'all. Bye.